Hey, Sunil Tulsiani, founder of Private Investment Club. I'm so excited to have my friend David. He's a member of Private Investment Club. He's the Millionaire of Private Investment Club. And he's going to be talking about how did he do it? And he's going to also talk about what can you do now moving forward in 2022, 2023, and beyond. David, welcome to the show.
Hi, Sunil. Thank you for having me here.
You're very welcome. And as you guys can imagine, David is a real estate investor, not necessarily a speaker, not yet anyways. And he has the knowledge, and you can also detect that he has, English is his second language. So beyond that, what I want you to understand is that I want you to take the time to learn, listen to him, and figure out how can you also become wealthy. David, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm a regular guy. I'm a happy father of 4 kids, so kind of a busy guy.
Yes.
I'm also a manager, so very, very busy professionally wise. So I don't have a lot of time available. That's very important, because everyone is always thinking that, okay, the main excuse that we always do is about time. We don't have time to do things and stuff like that.
Right. So awesome. And so when did you start your real estate journey, a real estate investing journey? What year, how long ago?
So I started my journey about 3 years ago, I would say, with a lot of training. Basically, I took a lot of time to train, and it's been, let's call it 2 years before I start really investing.
Okay.
And I get out of my comfort zone.
That's awesome. So 3 years ago you started, but the first year was really training yourself about real estate investing, learning, educating yourself, and the past 2 years is when you actually started to invest. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. All right, so let's talk about this. How many properties or how many doors, if you can tell us, and which province, which area have you invested so far?
So far, I have 3 properties, 10 doors in British Columbia.
That's awesome. Okay, so 3 properties, 10 doors. It's like a small multi-units that you bought, correct?
Correct.
Okay, got it. And you became a member of Private Investment Club when?
In March 2021.
March 2021. So exactly as we are interviewing this, we're in March of 2022, so a year ago.
Yeah.
Okay,
exactly.
Awesome. Since you became a member, how many properties or how many doors did you buy?
So I added 8 doors to my portfolio.
8?
Yes. So I went from 2 to 10.
Very good. Very good. So let's do this. And congratulations, by the way. Before we go further, let's inspire people. What is the net worth or the values of those total properties and the value that you gained since you became a member?
So now actual value of my portfolio is about 2.5 million.
Wow.
And so if we talk about net value, if I remove, I have 1.3 million in debt. So for it, so it's 1.2 million is in net value.
Okay.
And before I joined the PIC, the value of my portfolio was 500,000.
Okay.
So it was an addition, a growth of almost 2 million, a bit less than 2 million.
Got it. Okay. All right. So here's what we're going to do. So we're going to talk about the fact that one of your properties that you want to share with us, if somebody's watching, they're starting out, maybe they have already bought some properties, or maybe they're already wealthy. We want everybody to learn from your experience. Maybe we pick up one of the properties that you did recently or in the last 10 or 12 months, and tell us how you found the property. How did you do your due diligence? How did you know it was a good deal? And how did you finance it? And what's the end result? What happened at the end of the day? Just the one property. Go for it.
Okay, so I can take one of my fourplexes. So
Fourplex.
basically, when I joined, and that was interesting because it was one of our first discussion, because I was stuck, when I joined the private investment club, because I am in the Okanagan Valley. That is a very busy. It's the hottest market in Canada, period. And according to the numbers, so I started to invest here, but with that pressure, I had to, you push me out of my comfort zone and tell me like, okay, well, I shouldn't just look at my backyard, but I should open my scope. And this is what I did. So I started to develop my network and deal with other realtors and other investors around the area, and look at the news to see what was the trend regarding the economy and what could be opportunities. So that this is how I found that property, and what I did for my due diligences, as it is 18 hours drive from where I'm living. So I flew there because I wanted to meet the people on site. I wanted to have a strong team. Team is the key for every single real estate investment. This is the most important thing after network. Network will allow you to do the deal, because you will build that network, you will build the connections and stuff like that will both finance and deals. But after that, you have to make sure that you can rely on people. You can find the right people, and you cannot do it for an email or stuff like that. You have to meet with them. You have to feel the energy and feel that you are on the same page.
Okay.
So I went there, and then I started my due diligences, look about because I didn't know the area, so I had to feel about, am I confident investing in that area? What will be my exit strategy in that area? And I started to run the numbers. So collect the numbers. Never trust a realtor, because the realtor will always tell you that, they have always the hypothetical numbers. This is what you can get and stuff like that. They will, but because they want to sell, they want to do the deal and get their commission. But I set up the team, make sure that everything can be set up properly so it can become a turnkey investment, because I don't want to deal with all the hassle. And after that, so there was some renovations that were needed. So the property was listed at 615,000.
Okay.
Negotiated. So we bought it at 560.
So listed for how much?
Yeah, 562. We bought.
That's what you bought it for, right?
Yes.
What was it listed for?
615.
15?
Yes.
Okay, so about $65,000. You got it better, just below.
Yeah.
And it was a fourplex.
Fourplex, yes.
Okay, good. All right, so keep going. So you identify this, you negotiate. What happens next?
So what happened next is that we started. We started, to look at contractors, compare that price to the cost of replacement, cost of construction, to make sure that actually it's a deal. Started because the property was empty, so started to see with the comparatives and stuff like that to make sure that actually there is a market for rental. We can rent it at a decent price that will allow us to have enough cash flow. Yes. And then we secure the deal, and we reach out to our network to raise capital.
Okay, so tell us about the raising capital a little bit. So let's say somebody's starting out, they may not know how to buy one door, never mind 4 doors, but what did you do so you reached out to the network, because you said network is the most important part, right? So you reach out to your network, and then what happens? What are you looking for at this point when you're reaching out?
So basically, to raise capital, you need to make sure that first you secure the deal and it is a profitable deal. Second thing is about the exit strategy, because people want to know that they will make money. This is nice, but more than that, they want to know that their capital that they put on the table will be secured.
Yes.
And that they will have it back in a certain amount of time. So you need to be predictable.
Okay, so in this case, how much money were you raising and why?
So I was raising 150,000.
And what was the 150,000 for?
So for the pay down
payment,
and also for renovation.
Renovation and probably a little bit of carrying cost and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so somebody did one person gave you 150, or there were more than one person?
There were more than one person.
Okay, how many approximately? Do you remember?
Three people.
3 people. So 3 people get together, they give you 150,000, correct?
Correct.
All right. So right now, what you're talking about is actually the down payment as well as the renovation. And that I'm assuming the rest came from the bank.
Exactly, because when we set up our deal, then we calculate what we need. So we need the down payment, we need the closing costs to pay the lawyer, to pay the so we have a bunch of expenses because we have to do our due diligences.
Yes.
And after that, we always take we estimate the renovation from the quotes from the contractors, plus always a buffer, because yes. you know the game. There is always something that you find, and in addition to exactly and in addition to that, keep a reserve fund, because you never know what could happen, and we don't want to reach out to investors and say, okay, well, I would need an extra 10,000.
Okay,
right?
So one more question for you. This is for the people who may not know how you set up so once again, David finds a four-door fourplex, and it's about 18-hour drive for him. And when he had a session with me, and he's been attending to trainings and all that stuff, one of the things that he realizes where he is, the market is too hot. And so I said to him that rich people tend to go where the deals are. And so he goes there and he does his due diligence. He finds his team, power team, meets them, builds a relationship with them. And now he's got a property, he puts an offer in. Now the thing is, David is trying to buy the property, no money down. That's basically the important part that I want to point out to everybody. Why is he raising money? Because from his pocket, he's doing no money down. And so what happens is this, a bank wants, let's say in this case, was it 20% or 25%?
So it was a 25%.
Okay, so in this case, because fourplex in this area, bank wants 25% to lend 75%. So David says, okay, what is the 25%? And then he says, how much is it going to cost me to fix the property? He knows how much that is because he got the contractors to tell him how much, plus he added a little bit more, plus carrying costs, plus a little bit of reserve. So he realized he needed to raise $150,000 in order for the bank to pay give the 75% loan, and for him to walk in with no money down. And so now these 3 people that gave you, David, $150,000, what is the deal with them? What did you give them? What are you giving them?
So how it works is that it's a big equity partner. So we are sharing the rents, and so the cash flow. The cash flow is basically when you receive the rents, that are the incomes, you pay all the expenses, you pay the mortgage, you pay everything, and this is the leftover. So we split it 50-50. And in addition to that, actually the value of the property is going up. So as the value is going up, then that means that when we will sell the deal, we will share the profit 50-50.
Got it. Okay, so 50% with you, and then 3 of them will share the other 50%.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, just want to make sure, because when we're saying 50-50, there's 4 people. Out of the 4 people, David or David's company is the 50% owner, because David brought the property, did the due diligence, he overseen that, he did everything, and people who put $150,000 together, they will get 50% together, basically. So 3 portions of 50% is basically what they get. Okay, good. And then they get it from cash flow, they get it for mortgage pay down, they get it for any appreciation or any profits. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yes.
Okay, good. What is the positive cash flow after paying all the expenses every month?
So actually on that property, it's last month was 4,800.
$4,800 net.
Net cash flow after paying everything, including the mortgage.
Wow. This is amazing, by the way. Anybody's listening to that, this is unbelievable. I mean, no wonder those investors are like giving you the money, because that's $4,800 a month on a fourplex net is crazy amount of cash flow. I don't know what that is from a cap rate point of view or whatever, but I'm sure it's very high.
Yeah, so basically what happened is that when you are in a remote location, you are building less equity, but the cash flow is huge because it's kind of a compensation.
Yes.
Because these are basically 4 townhouses.
I see. And these are new, old, or what are they?
No, they are old, but we renovate them and they are like brand new now.
Okay, good, awesome. And they're on leases, correct?
Yes.
Like the people are renting this lease, right?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So what is the value of that property today, let's say, approximately? Do you know?
So according to the revenue, now the value of it is around 850,000.
850, and you bought it for how much?
For 560.
560. And how much did you put in for renovation?
60,000.
60K reno. So then 560, that's 620, correct?
Yes.
So you 620, maybe carrying. Does the 60,000 includes the carrying cost and everything during the renovation?
Just the renovation. Yes, the renovation. So all what we paid for renovation.
And the carrying cost, like how you like, I don't know how long it took.
It was around 12,000.
12,000 in addition to 60,000.
Yeah.
So 72,000 total.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So it cost you 72K, and you bought it for a 560, and so now you're into 632K. Is that correct?
And now, yes. So 632. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. All right. So now it's worth 850. So 750, 950, 850. So you're over 220,000 or something like that.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, so you've been collected, like your rent is approximately $4,800 a month, plus 220K in profits on top of what you paid. Is that correct?
That's correct.
That's awesome. Congratulations. Good job. That's awesome.
Thank you.
What would you say to people who say they can't do it because it's COVID, because of, war, because of whatever? What would you say to them? What should they be doing?
So, it's always hard to get out of our comfort zone.
Okay.
We are always good at making excuses for ourselves. But the reality is, and that's the reason for having mentors, and this is what I found with the private investment club, and to have a community, because you have that energy you commit in front of a community, you commit in front of a mentor, and once you commit, then you cannot step back because you did commit, right? So this push you out. The deals are there. It's not like you will go on the MLS and find something. You have to make the deal.
Exactly. Okay, I have a question for you. For future, tell everybody, because now you're talking about committing and you see me as your mentor. Tell everybody now what is your goal that you want to have and why? Go.
So my goal is, it's a step-by-step goal, but
Sure.
I want to become a billionaire in real estate, you know?
Okay, so everybody, he's talking about B, not M, right? Billionaire he's talking about. And what timeline do we have for the being billionaire?
I give myself a 5 years.
Okay, billionaire in 5 years. Okay, that's awesome. And why is that an important goal for you?
The reason why is that I want to set a goal that is so high that I cannot see the problems anymore. Right? So even if you don't hit your target, but if I'm shooting for just 10 millions, maybe I will reach 8 million. That's fine for the majority of the people, but we are already at 2.5 million. And, you know, now we are just moving forward and we just want to scale and grow, you know. I think this is a way to go. The market today is very hot, but I think this is an opportunity because we've never seen such a shortage in housing, and this is getting worse even with the time. The reason for that, we've got all the baby boomers who are transitioning to pappy boomers, so they will hit the market, put more pressure on the market for rental property. These people to downside, and basically this is the opportunity for us as investors. If you are hesitating because you are scared about, you know, a market bubble, because this is what you hear in the media, always keep in mind that media is about marketing. They want to sell.
What are they selling? What are they selling? What's media selling?
So media are selling the bad news, right? Because this is what is selling. This is what people are shooting for. People don't care about the fact that, you know, nice things are happening in that world. This is not driving attention.
This is good media, right? We're giving inspiration people to become wealthy. So this is good media. The general media is selling fear, basically, what you're saying.
Exactly. And this is an opportunity for us, to be honest with you.
Yes.
I'm happy to see this because then there is less competition on the market, right? Because people are scared. When people are scared, then they will just sell their properties because of that potential crash. And keep in mind that as investors, when we rent properties, we don't care about a crash because we are still making cash flow. As long as you make cash flow, you don't care because my tenants will still need a house, you know, so they will still pay me my rents. And people are going to lose their houses. Yes. So what will happen? If they lose their houses, they will need to rent houses. So this will put more pressure, and I will rent my actual properties even at a higher price. So I will need more money.
So crash is bad for so many people, but good for investors.
Correct.
Okay, good. Awesome. As we close this, you keep talking about the network and connections and, you know, all that kind of, and the investors, how you raise money. How important is this? Because I know you found that at PIC, but how important is it to be surrounded by like-minded people, or even people who are much more successful than you are?
So basically, you are the average of the 5 people you are hanging with on a regular basis. This is a fact. There are studies around that. Yes. And basically, you know, it's very important because you cannot, even if you set big goals, you cannot be at the top level of energy every time, right? So that community is filling you with good energy, and pushing you out of your comfort zone because you commit. And in addition to that, human beings are social animals. Yes. Social animals, everything is based on networking. You know, this has been like this since beginning of human being. Yes. And this will be forever. Yes. If I don't know people, if I don't know you, you won't invest with me because you won't trust me, right?
Okay, good. So first is inspiration, and the other one is also doing business with them, right?
Exactly.
Okay, good. And because there's really no self-made billionaire or millionaire, there's always team-made millionaire and team-made billionaires, because there's really, whatever we're saying, of course, is 99.99999% correct. There's always going to be an exception that somebody, opened up an app and he became a billionaire. It's possible. But generally speaking, you're always a team-made billionaire, not a self-made millionaire. That's basically the idea. So, okay, sounds good. So what is it that you want people to know about you as we finish this off?
So basically, we are investing in our portfolio. As I said, we have a goal. We want to achieve that goal, and this will go through scaling. So, and we want to help people,
Yes.
either by networking with them.
Yes.
We want to network with people with a similar mindset. And we are, so you can see what we are doing on our website, dcsorel.com.
That's it.
And also you can reach out to me, David Sorel, 514-627-9071. I will be more than happy to share with you what I am doing, how I am doing it, and we can break bread together.
Awesome. And just before we finish off, I want to tell you that David is doing something amazing. Not only is he doing real estate investing, he's coming on to some of my stages as an expert, as well as he's writing a best-selling book with me. And who are you writing with?
Kevin Harrington and Robert Allen.
Yes. So I want to tell you, see the growth that he's doing. He's since he became a member, he ended up making lots of money in real estate, but now he wants to be a billionaire. And as a billionaire, he needs to have that platform. He needs to grow. He needs to teach people, and he needs to build his business and credibility. So not only is he doing the real estate, but he's like now writing an upcoming. And by the time some of people see it, it might be even out. And the book is called Achieve 2 with Shark Tank's Kevin Harrington and my good friend Robert G. Allen and myself. We're writing this book together to help a lot of people. So David, amazing to have you. Thank you for inspiring so many people. I know that you're going to be one of the top successful people of Private Investment Club, and I cannot wait for you to get on those big stages where you get to tell your story to where you are, to when you have your 5 million, 10 million, 20, whatever number, to tell that story to help inspire others. So all the best to you.
Thank you, Sunil, for having me.
You're very welcome. All the best. And by the way, guys, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, go ahead, do that right now. That way you guys can get notification. You know what to do. Like it, comment, share it, and help others at the same time. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.